Okay, so I did get some sleep, and I've been thinking about what I need to do next. And I realize I need to make a couple videos that might be longer, and it's just for the record because I understand what's coming. And because there's so many people, I can't talk to everybody. But these stories that are connected will explain, I believe, why I'm doing what I'm doing right now with making these videos to share with the world. Because I understand, because of my life experience and all of it connected, and because of the time where we're living, it's just an important part. It's our part, the part that we here in the North are meant to play, to contribute to bringing a better world. And so I was thinking about it, and basically I have 5 primary stories that I will be telling. I don't know if I'll tell them all in this video. It might be too much, so I might just make one video for each one. And after I tell these stories, you will understand a lot more what I'm trying to stress, that there is an actual, real, spiritual component to these ruins. Okay, and then you'll understand why I'm doing this. Okay, so the first story is from when my family, we got a lot out in an area called Delancey Estates, and we built a house from scratch. And I lived there for 8 years. And I had a dream when I was about 14 years old. Now, I have told so many people this story, I literally cannot count how many people I've told the story to. Because it was like 40 years ago. And the dream, it's about a dream and an experience, and it was just so profound. I have been looking for 40 years for an explanation. So here it goes. So I wake up, or at least I think I wake up, but I'm in the dream. And the dream is really peaceful. I'm in my room, I wake up, everything is normal, the house is normal, the furniture is normal, except in the dream, I do recall this, when I was looking around, that it was like the pixels of, there was light, like pixels, almost just a slight enhancement of everything. And so I come into the living room of my parents' home where they still live, and across the living room there is the fireplace, stone fireplace. My parents actually gathered the natural stone from the area and built it themselves. And there's the mantelpiece, wooden mantelpiece my dad made. But in the dream, this is the one thing was changed. All the ornaments, they weren't there. There was just one object on the mantelpiece. So in the dream, it caught my attention. And it was very, like I said, it's just this quiet, still, beautiful peacefulness in this dream. And it was summer, and the sky was blue outside. I was the only one home. And then the gray object draws me to it, my attention. So that's the first thing I notice, a silvery gray color. And then I get closer, and then I notice it's the shape of a heart, okay? And then I get closer, and I realize it's a wooden, 3-dimensional heart that's actually made of driftwood. And here at the Great Slave Lake, there's just like massive amounts of driftwood all along the shores. So then I get right up to it, and it's this beautiful, smooth, you can hold it in your hand shape, just shiny, polished, gray, almost like silver, okay? And there was little wormholes in it, okay? And then the dream ended. But in the morning, I did not remember the dream. I woke up, and then my dad had hand-built a canoe. My dad's a carpenter. And he wanted to go take the family on a canoe trip. But my mother had a drowning experience when she was a little girl, so she's quite afraid of the water. So, and I had two younger brothers, and so the adopted brothers. Love my brothers. And then, so he took us to, to the public beach. People that live here will know. And we went across the mouth of the Hay River. And so we had the canoe, we all had life jackets on, we had to have a pontoon, and we had a little kicker motor because my mom is quite, scared of water. And so she didn't want to go too far out. And so we went across the mouth of the river, and then we were going along the shore of the Great Slave Lake towards Sandy Creek. And about halfway, even though it was a sunny day, there was no clouds, it was calm when we started, the lake began to be perturbed and stir, and all of a sudden these massive waves just rocking the canoe, just like this, and it stirred the gas and plugged the little old kicker motor, and then, we lost control of the canoe and it filled with water completely. Sunk our boat. And so I had to get out of the water, and we had to, pull everything and swim to shore. So we were marooned on the beach, but way down from the village. And at the time, I did not know that was actually on the reserve, the actual reserve of KFN people. And so then we set up camp to dry everything out, and my mom went for a walk. And she was gone for a while, and she came back a few hours later, and then she said, "Oh, Jackie, go see my driftwood I got." Still, I don't remember the dream. And I'm kind of bored, so I thought, okay, be nice, walk on the beach. So I start heading down, and it's a ways, like it's way away from where we camped. And I get to it because I can see the sticks standing up, drying. She's got them all lined up, really sweet, drying in the sun. And then when I get right there, there's this big, like about that big silver branch, and it's like a heavy branch, but it has this knot right in the center. And I remember it kind of just pulled me, and I was just staring at it. It's just staring at it, looking at it. There's just something about this branch that just caught my attention. And then I'm looking at the knot, and then all of a sudden I recognized it, because the knot was the shape of the heart. And it wasn't the shape similar. I mean, it was the heart from my dream. And I just picked it up. And so I remember having the experience as a teenager holding this branch while the dream recall is occurring. And then I'm looking at it, and it had the little wormholes. And then I'm just like, what? And I take that branch, and I run all the way down that beach back to my mother. And I'm like, Mom, what are you going to do with this piece? And she said, I was thinking of putting it on the mantelpiece above the fireplace. Okay. 40 years. I could not make sense of how was that possible. How was it possible for me to have a dream with all those identifiable components, and then have it, all those pieces come together in the reality, but never in the same sequence? My mother never put that branch in our house on the mantelpiece. We did bring it home, but I think we kept it outside. I don't know if we even still have it. I mean, it was like 40 years ago. Okay, so now why is this connected to the ruins? This is all about the ruins. It's not about me. It's about the effect, the real enhancing effect of these ruins, and why they're so sacred. This is really important. Okay. And right now, I'm going to tell you another thing. People that I've contacted, and I'm trying to say that this is a real site, are trying to tell me, oh, no, you can't say anything until you get official confirmation from some scientist who's not from here, some archaeologist that I have to wait to go, and see for real. No, I do not. Because I know it's real. And I'm going to tell you these stories and you're going to know. Because I realize it's of critical importance that this information get out. Because this is connected to everything. It's connected to some kind of bigger story. And I know it. It is. Okay, so why is this first dream so significant? Because I've been studying the map. And like I said, there seems to be these monolithic lines that are built in the landscape on the east side of the river, of the Hay River. And I can see some that are really quite still nice and straight, that are really near what I said, the Nifty Farm campus. But I've also identified they go farther south. They go farther south, okay? But those ones seem to have been disturbed more by the land movement. This is how old this is. The Earth's changes have affected these monuments. And then as it goes north towards the lake, they get finer and thinner, almost like the strings on a guitar. So then I was studying it, and I took a thread, because I noticed, like, if you zoom in, you'll see them, and I could see there's still enough intact that you could physically see. So I took a string and I lined it up with the area where I had the dream. With the thread, and you line it up, it goes exactly through my parents' home and the property. Like, exactly. You'll have to look and see. Yeah, it's the monoliths themselves that are allowing a connection. Okay, that's the first dream. Oh, the relief, the unbelievable relief of seeing that is pretty significant. Huge. And a lot of people, I got to make these videos. So when this starts, people will be able to come here and watch these videos for their own personal encouragement, to help them understand why I am so passionate about this and why I will not let it go. You will understand. Thank you, everybody. I feel better today. Thank you. Thank you. And I want to say, this month, Passover's coming up on the 27th, I think, of March. It's an early one because it moves, because it's linked to the moon calendar. And, I want us to all think about that too, because I think this is connected. This is connected to the Bible even. That's what I'm seeing, okay? So, I'll end here, and I'll start another one about the next story.